Hello guys, welcome back to channel VideoTalk. I'm Willy and I got some unboxing to do for you guys. Here I have a couple of boxes to show you, and also, like the title of this video says, I got myself a fistful of Steelbooks. First film is, I think, one of my favorite movies of all time if we are talking about 80s fantasy pictures. I'm of course talking about Tron, my man. Yeah. Okay, that was not the music, but the music was composed by James Horner, and it's actually a British film, British-American film, directed by Peter Yates, and it is starring this guy Ken Marshall. I don't recall him ever seeing in another film, but this is not like an actor movie, although this marks Liam Neeson's first movie role. I have absolutely no idea where did I see this, but I'm certain that I watched this VHS, the Finnish VHS, and man, I watched this multiple times. I always found it very fascinating, this monster in this cover, this kind of like a mountain monster. And this film has quite astonishing special effects. It was made, the special effects were made by Sid Mead, if I remember correctly, and Ken Adam was the set designer. The same guys who were also making special effects for the James Bond movies. Yeah, okay, basically very bare-boned steelbook release, but the picture quality is just freaking fantastic. And all these are, by the way, these are Nordic discs, so all of these include subtitles in Finnish language and Nordic languages. This is the exactly same steelbook that has been released all over the world, except with the difference of this being this Nordic, this, I don't know, what is it called, a J-card or something. But Crow, I can highly recommend this film if you like fantasy action adventure movies. There are great special effect scenes, and one scene I bet that everybody who has ever watched this movie remember that spider scene. It's goddamn, that's creepy. It's even to this date, it's very creepy. And that was done with stop motion. This includes very much practical effects and matte paintings, and these guys, these kind of like stormtroopers, that when you shoot them, their head explode and there's some worms come out there. Huh? It's a weird movie, definitely, but highly entertaining, and I will recommend this very much. And then a film that I had never previously seen, no sir, although I have myself here, check this out. This kind of special DVD box, this was one of the VideoSpace channel donators gave me this. It's a region, a special DVD. This is kind of like this canvas stuff. It feels very good when you rub it. Everything feels very good when you rub it. But it's a double DVD, and also this was a donation. Holy shit, check this out. A laser disc, a Criterion laser disc of Lawrence of Arabia. I think this includes two laser discs, and it's four-sided picture, because this is a huge movie. God damn, Lawrence of Arabia is a huge movie. It's almost 4 hours of length, and yeah, like I said, I had never previously watched Lawrence of Arabia. I don't know, maybe I didn't know anything about the subject of the matter. In my mind, I always thought that this is probably some sort of like a fairy tale, like a Arabian Nights type of deal or something like that. But no, actually this is a film based on true story about true British guy who went on a secret mission during the First World War to Middle East and then gained their trust of these Middle Eastern people. He had major dealings with the Arabs and with the all kind of Turks, and it's a war movie. It's very well shot. It is huge budget film. It's a giant of a picture. It's a mammoth picture. It has huge scenes with lots of horses and lots of troops and tents and whatnot, and sandstorms and whatnot, and it was all done with practical means. That very little special effects were used in this film. I mean, like miniature or matte paintings. And it was shot in the actual desert. I can imagine how difficult of a film this was made. Holy shit. 5 out of 5 stars, and especially the title role played by Peter O'Toole. It says here, introducing Peter O'Toole. Was this really his first movie? But I think, holy shit, this guy captures perfectly, like this kind of sort of like a schizophrenic mindset of this guy, Arabian Lawrence. It is an excellent performance by this guy. And mind you, it also starring Alec Guinness, Anthony Quinn, Jack Hawkins, Jose Ferrer and Anthony Quayle. And by the way, this is an all-male cast film. I don't think there's even one like a talking role of a woman in this whole movie. Not even like a bystander role. It's all male. So it's a sausage fest, but it is a glorious sausage fest. So this thing comes with on a 2 Ultra HDs, because it's such a long movie, and the picture quality is outstanding. Holy shit. This is like watching like a movie that was made yesterday or preserved yesterday. I mean, the colors, the detail, all. I think it was shot in 70mm. I could be wrong there, but the picture quality is breathtaking. One of the better, if not the best, one of the best presentations of 4K Ultra HDs I have ever witnessed. Yeah, and funny thing happened when I started to watch this. I was preparing my dinner or something, and I was kind of confused and put the disc on, and I accidentally put the old Blu-ray in, and I was watching and eating my dinner and watching it, and was thinking, man, this doesn't look that good. How this have got such a big reviews, such a high appraising reviews from the 4K reviewers. And then I watched what's the bitrate of this thing? It is under 20 megabytes constantly. It's like 12 megabytes. What the fuck? And then it hit me, oh shit, I have entered Blu-ray. So I watched a couple of minutes from the opening, and I gotta tell you, there's a huge, like a millions of kilometers of separation distance between the 4K and the Blu-ray. So the 4K is better. I highly recommend this. This is like a demo material for your home theater, and it's an excellent movie. 5 out of 5 stars from the picture quality, and the release, and 5 out of 5 of the movie itself. And then, hey, these are new films. I have the Nordic discs of Tron. Yeah, Tron. The original Tron from year 1982, and then I have the Tron Legacy, also a Nordic 4K disc. And both of these are, I think they were released this week or last week. Both of these are Disney releases, and yeah, a science fiction trilogy that gets like its 3rd part now. This Friday opens in the cinema theater. So I was thinking that I will watch these beforehand, and I did. And both of these are very good science fiction movies. Not necessarily classics, but visually very interesting, both of these, and visually very stunning, especially this first Tron. Holy shit, what a remaster. It was shot in 65mm, and goddamn, this shows lots of detail, and it's an interesting looking movie, not necessarily a beautifully carved movie, because it includes like this ancient old CGI and rotoscoping, but the techniques they used to make that movie are great stuff. But this, although this was like a 3D movie shot in full HD, some magic they did with this 4K, like upping up the color depth from, I don't know, 10-bit to 16-bit, because the original material allowed that to happen. But this looks absolutely fantastic, and it sounds fantastic. This film has absolutely one of my favorite soundtracks ever, Daft Punk's Tron Legacy. And yeah, while not necessarily like a plot-wise too interesting movie, this either, but yeah, I think overall it's very entertaining and stylish movie. Both of these are. And then moving on, one more, Starman. Hey, look at this. I only had previously, no, I have the Blu-ray, but here's the original VHS, good old VHS of Starman. But it's a John Carpenter movie, kind of like a more like a family-friendly John Carpenter movie after The Thing. But this also involves like this extraterrestrial alien coming to Earth. But this time, Jeff Bridges plays the alien. Funny thing, yeah, Jeff Bridges is also in this original Tron movie. Okay, both of these Tron movies. So this is like a Jeff Bridges Steelbook unboxing. Cool. Yeah, but I think it's an E.T. made for adults, and as such, I think this is a great picture. It's a great science fiction picture, and also it's kind of moving picture. Yeah, maybe I was a little bit sick last week, so maybe I found myself a little bit weepy when the alien has to go. Yeah, but maybe I think I will put that on the behalf of not sleeping too well and having like a sore throat. So maybe that was that. But great movie, nonetheless, and I recommend this. And picture quality is top, just picture perfect. It's uncanny how they can make remasters like this. And one more from the Steelbooks, and this is a Monty Python. Everybody loves Monty Python, and I think this is their best movie. This is debatable, but in my opinion, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is their best work. It's unbelievably funny film, and it's very well made, and it has lots of classic gags in it. I'm not saying that the other Monty Python films don't have classic gags, but to my taste this takes the cake. And the picture quality of this thing is once again outstanding. I have seen the Blu-ray many times. I have seen this on DVD, and this one, it takes it to the new level. I think the film was, this may even have been shot on 16mm, because this was after all a very low budget production. Yeah, but this includes the ancient Blu-ray as well, and a huge bunch of extras. Yeah, these two I highly recommend. Well, not necessarily, I don't recommend for those who don't like Monty Python, but all those who love Monty Python like me definitely will love this 50 years anniversary 4K presentation. Those were the 4Ks, I mean Steelbooks. Okay, first I will take the biggest box. Let's see what the big box contains. A little spoiler, this may contain VHSs. Oh yes, yes sirree, Bobby baby, it is a VHS box for sure. Okay, let's see if I can get this open without damaging the contents. No, I think I managed to do it without. Okay, first is something called Kill Alex Kill. Atlas video release, and I don't think I have ever even had this, but this is some sort of a trashy action movie with this Alex taking revenge on this mafia syndicate, and Alex being like a Vietnam veteran. Okay. No familiar like makers or actors, so put that in there. And this, I paid 10 euros for both of these, so I didn't mean to buy this, but I had to buy this because everybody has probably watched my Vice Academy 1 to 6 review, and they were directed by this guy called Rick Sloan. And this is a Rick Sloan film, Marked for Murder, merkitty uhri, starring Wings Hauser. So I had to get this because for some reason I didn't have this. I have shit ton of Showtime VHSs, but this I did not have, but I had to have the Rick Sloan film. Maybe this is a piece of shit, probably it is, but this is a piece of shit Rick Sloan film that is not even released on, I don't think there's even a DVD of this, let alone a Blu-ray disc. So yeah, I'm looking forward in watching that. that Rick Sloan joint 10. Okay, 10. This came from Amazon and I got this out from the mail today. And check this out. Alright. Criterion collection of Night of the Living Dead, the original. And this is the 4K edition. I already had the... God damn, I'm stupid. I already had the Criterion collection. This is the older Blu-ray collection. But yeah, this is a 4K. I know. This was shot on 16mm film, so it probably will not be any reference material. But there's one slight difference that this version doesn't have. This includes Night of the Anubis, a work print edit of the film. So next to 4K disc there's a Blu-ray disc which includes like a version never seen of the film. And I recall reading somewhere that original this film was called Night of the Anubis. I don't know if there's any other difference between the versions than the name, but I guess there is a lot of differences because it is on its own disc or with the extras, yeah. But yeah, okay, 4K Ultra HD, come on. Okay, this wouldn't be the first time I got scared that, yeah, I accidentally ordered Blu-ray, because I have done that at least one time regarding Brian De Palma's Blowout. I accidentally ordered the Blu-ray from Criterion because they look so much the same. But yeah, it's a 4K version and includes Nights of the Anubis. So let me watch it, Night of the Anubis. Hey, holy shit, this also includes Night of the Anubis. God damn. I haven't ever watched it. Okay, so, okay, well, I didn't fucked up because, yeah. What is this? This is a poster. Okay, at least it has a poster. This older version. And it has like a different packaging. And this includes probably the same. Yeah, same exact like a poster booklet. Okay, never mind. Now probably I won't even notice the difference between 4K and Blu-ray, but okay, I can say that yeah, I have Night of the Living Dead and I have Dawn of the Dead on 4K Ultra HD. And now what we freaking need is Day of the Dead, and that is coming. I suppose it is coming next year. So they found the Interpositive, the Shout Factory guys. So they have been teasing that next year it will be on 4K. Finally, Day of the Dead. And hopefully they will make some new cool extras in it. So final movie here. So let's open this very carefully. This came from Huutonetti, the Finnish eBay. So this is a new 4K disc. And now let me just take it off from here. Yeah. Now, oh yeah, another Night of the Living Dead, yes. And this was the remake from year 1990 and it was directed by Tom Savini. And this marks the first time that this film has ever been released in an uncut format. Because back in the day when Tom Savini was directing this movie, they had to tone it down for the R rating. And this was the only film Tom Savini ever directed because he got so like sore relationships with the studio. But now the mistakes in the past have been corrected and this is now available as an uncut version. So here we have a Nordic release. And okay, now studios, I got a message for you. When you are doing these cool movies, same thing applies to the Tron Legacy. These Steelbooks, these sold out very quickly. Okay, but there is gonna be another release of Tron Legacy at least now there has been a release, like without Steelbook, the Tron Legacy and Tron Original Tron are coming out. And I hear rumors that there will be a second pressing of this one. But hey, when you are doing these cool collector's edition Steelbooks, make sure you up the amount you will be making, because hey, I got left out. I didn't pre-order it, and I was like thinking that, yeah, maybe that when it's certain that this is an unrated version, then I will release it, then I will buy it. And then I forgot about it, and then I was thinking, but okay, I need to order it. And this was like, I don't know, 2 weeks before the release. And then I went to the stores. It was sold out in every place. So I had to go Huutonetti and find this a much more expensive version. I paid for this 59 euros. And the usual price for this, I don't know, it was a Steelbook, so I think you would get that nowadays 35 euros. That would be the new price. So I paid like 15 euros extra. For this YouTube channel I had to get this so I can unbox it and comment on it. But I have not yet watched it. I think I will save this for the November Cinemadrome event, because there will be a screening of this unrated cut from the big screen. Maybe I will save it to that day. But this includes lots of cool new extras, also interview from Tom Savini. So it will be a very interesting set of extras to dig in, and I think this may be one of the best releases this year. I hear the picture quality is very, very good. Hey, in my book, that is a huge achievement, and studios keep these things coming, and make sure you make more copies of it so you don't run out before the release. I mean, can't you like see it from the pre-orders that how many copies do you need? I mean, if you want people to buy physical media, make sure you have like stock for it. Make sure you have the product. Now, that's like very basic stuff to take under consideration. But yeah, hey, that was my unboxing haul this time. Hopefully you like it, and tell me in the comments if you have any questions or any other comments of this haul. Catch you in the next video, and keep video talking. See you next week. Bye.